fuck you looking at, fat boy? I'm gonna waste my time on this piece of shit.
Gotta go. Bye-bye now.
Where's your girlfriend going? Lost. I gotta talk to Slim here.
No, I'm good.
Get him the fuck out of here. I just want my money. $100 preventing me and my boy here from fucking you up? We'll catch up later.
It's gone up into smaller baby.
Hey, why don't you just leave the kid alone? I just don't want anyone to get hurt. Me? Oh, no, not me, man. Where are my manners? How rude. Me.
For a loser, you sure got a lot of friends. Hey, man, where's your big gorilla friend now? I said I need my money.
I don't have your money.
Or you won't give me my money. Oh, don't kill him, Miles. Why don't you mind your own fucking business, yo?
We open on the ruthless ecosystem of a local high school, where a pack of alpha bullies led by a total sociopath named Miles spends their free time terrorizing weaker students just for kicks. Their favorite target? Jimmy Mulligan, a kind, chubby kid who chooses to quietly take the abuse on the chin rather than fight back. Riding shotgun in his circle of losers are his tight bros Andy and Bobby. Every single day, Miles chips away at Jimmy's sanity, dragging him closer and closer to a complete mental crash out. Jimmy's mom senses the kid is drowning, but Jimmy keeps his mouth shut, refusing to drop any details about the post-school nightmare. But avoiding the block isn't enough to dodge the tax. One morning, Miles and his syndicate corner Jimmy and his crew on the way to class. Miles brazenly demands a straight-up extortion fee of $100. Jimmy tries to explain he doesn't have that kind of cash, but that only makes Miles press him harder, escalating the aggression and issuing lethal threats. Before the street layout can spiral into a total beatdown, Miles freezes. Standing in the distance is Vinny, a local heavy hitter known for his elite strength, courage, and influential street connections. Therefore, his sheer presence is a psychological wall that makes the boldest bullies instantly hesitate. Miles knows better than to run a sloppy play under Vinny's watch, so he backs down. But Miles doesn't stop the grind. He switches targets, publicly humiliating Bobby in the middle of class just because of the kid's slightly feminine style. Later in the cafeteria, Jimmy treats the boys to lunch to lift their spirits. Andy and Bobby are completely taken aback by how aggressively Jimmy digs into his tray, crushing massive portions with unusual enthusiasm. They don't mock him though. They have his back, and they even try to hook him up with Adrian, a stunning girl who keeps locking eyes with Jimmy from across the cafeteria. Just when the vibe feels normal, the train derails. Miles struts back into the cafeteria, slides right next to Jimmy, and starts aggressively pressuring him for the $100 again. A nearby student tells Miles to back off, but Miles just opens fire with loud, toxic insults, filling the entire room with nuclear tension. That's when an even bigger, stronger student steps into the pocket, locking eyes with Miles. Faced with a real heavyweight, Miles drops the tough guy act, loses his nerve and retreats. But the snake is still waiting outside. Later that afternoon, Miles ambushes Jimmy on the sidewalk. This time, Jimmy refuses to play the victim and stands his ground. Enraged by the defiance, Miles launches an all-out physical assault, raining down heavy blows. Just as Miles prepares to deliver a catastrophic final strike, an older man breaches the perimeter, threatening to summon the law. Miles cuts his losses and flees the scene. The old man introduces himself as Mr. Action. Therefore, he takes a battered Jimmy back to his house to patch up his wounds. While inside, Jimmy spots an ancient photo of a legendary boxer on the wall and discovers Mr. Action was once a national heavyweight champion. Desperate to stop running, Jimmy begs the veteran to train him. Mr. Action can't coach directly due to his advanced age, but he knows the exact specialist to call. He brings Jimmy home, breaks the grim reality to his shocked parents, and recommends immediate self-defense training. The parents hesitate, asking for time to think it over. A few days later, Mr. Action opens his front door to find Jimmy standing there with two massive, swollen black eyes. The situation has officially escalated. Therefore, Jimmy's parents gratefully greenlight the operation. They escort him straight to Manny's boxing training center, an elite facility run by Mr. Action's most trusted comrade. Manny listens to the briefing, evaluates Jimmy's raw resilience, and agrees to build him into a weapon on one condition: the kid must commit his entire soul to the canvas. Under Manny's brutal, high-intensity regimen and Mr. Action's tactical guidance, Jimmy begins transforming his body and his mind. During a heavy-hitting session, Jimmy confesses to Mr. Action that Miles is ruthlessly extorting him for $100. This piece of intelligence strengthens Mr. Action's resolve. Therefore, the veteran designs a brilliant counteroffensive plan. He instructs Jimmy to approach Miles and offer him double the cash, $200, but demand a strict one-month timeline to source the funds. Mr. Action knows that with 4 weeks of elite Black Ops training, Jimmy won't have to pay a single cent. The next day, Jimmy runs the script flawlessly. He tells Miles he lined up a part-time gig and will drop the $200 in 30 days. Reluctant but greedy, Miles bites the bait, easing the immediate physical pressure. For the first time in months, Jimmy has breathing room, but the psychological toll catches up to him. During that afternoon sparring session, Jimmy moves like sluggish sludge, completely drained of energy. He tries to blame physical fatigue, but Manny is too experienced to buy the lie. He recognizes this isn't muscle failure, it's deep emotional exhaustion. Manny confronts him, sensing the kid's heart is slipping out of the fight. On the walk home, Mr. Action pushes for answers. Jimmy breaks down, admitting he feels totally powerless and doubts his training will ever make a difference against a natural predator like Miles. Mr. Action drops some timeless veteran wisdom. No drop of sweat is ever wasted. The discipline and mental armor forged in this gym will stay with him forever, win or lose. Mr. Action, these words act like a shot of adrenaline straight to Jimmy's soul. His determination is instantly reignited, and he starts training harder, faster, and meaner than ever before. The stakes skyrocket the very next day. Miles and his syndicate launch a vicious attack on the crew, going way too far by brutally beating Bobby right in front of a massive crowd of students. Jimmy rushes to comfort his sobbing, defeated friend. The humiliation is absolute, but Jimmy's eyes are dead cold. He whispers to Bobby that he has a definitive plan to terminate Miles' reign for good. Driven by pure passion, Jimmy sprints home, jumps on his bicycle, and rides solo all the way to Manny's gym, bypassing his usual ride with Mr. Action. He bursts through the doors with so much momentum that he accidentally collides with Manny, sending them both tumbling. Instead of getting angry, Manny looks at the fire in the kid's eyes and smiles. Recognizing the transformation, Manny takes off the kid's gloves and steps up the training, integrating advanced mixed martial arts, MMA, techniques to build a well-rounded combatant. Meanwhile, Mr. Action locks down Jimmy's mindset, forging an unbreakable psychological wall. Back at school, Jimmy leaks the boxing operation to Andy, plotting the ultimate downfall of the syndicate. At the same time, his connection with Adrian hits a high note. They attend a massive weekend party together, connect deeply on the couch, and officially lock down a romantic relationship. But as Jimmy is enjoying his new baseline happiness, Eddie, one of Miles' chief goons, starts loudly mocking the new couple. Unlike the old days, a highly confident Jimmy stands his ground, steps into the pocket, and completely shuts the thug down with zero fear. The month is officially up. The day of reckoning arrives. Jimmy wakes up with ice in his veins, ready to end the nightmare once and for all. The second he walks onto campus, Miles confronts him, threatening to permanently damage his friends if he tries to back out of the agreement. Jimmy ducks into the restroom to steady his breathing and crosses paths with Vinny. Vinny reveals the street radar already picked up the hype for the fight and drops some heavy encouragement. Realizing his psychological warfare isn't working anymore, Miles panics. He devises a cowardly backup plan, recruiting a notorious street enforcer named Glassjaw to jump Jimmy from behind during the fight. But Vinny runs a textbook defensive play. He deploys his own street associates to kidnap Glassjaw before he can even reach the property, forcing Miles into a strict, zero-escape one-on-one showdown. The crowd forms a massive circle on the concrete. The fight ignites. At the baseline, Jimmy struggles massively against Miles' raw, unhinged power blows.
How's he doing? He's doing pretty good. What the fuck are you doing? Get in here! What the fuck you...
Get him, Jimmy!
He is no longer the weak, timid boy who washed his face with tears. Driven by the spirits of everyone who couldn't fight back, Jimmy unleashes a final, devastating textbook combination that sends Miles crashing hard into the dirt, completely defeated. Jimmy stands over the fallen bully. He doesn't look for blood, but he issues a clear, cold ultimatum. The extortion, the harassment, and the terror ends today, not just for his crew but for every single student on this campus. Watching from the back of the crowd, Mr. Action watches his protege with immense, veteran pride. Jimmy didn't just win a street brawl, he reclaimed his human dignity. The aftermath changes everything. Multiple students captured the entire physical confrontation on their smartphones. Therefore, the footage spreads across social media like a literal wildfire. Within hours, the video goes viral, exploding onto the local TV news stations as a trending national interest story. The entire community rallies behind Jimmy, celebrating his immense courage and resilience. And that is the full breakdown of the 2018 martial arts coming-of-age movie, Bully. Jimmy proved that with the right mentors in your corner, you can turn pure survival instinct into elite combat skills. But if you love watching an old-school operative come out of retirement to systematically dismantling low-life street scum, then I highly recommend you check out As Good as Dead. It packs that exact same brutal, high-stakes redemption energy, but ramps the tactical violence all the way up.